what is the right form for you? And that's obviously the number one question. And it really does depend on your genetics, because there are many variables that we look at to work out, well, yes, we all need methyl tetrahydrofolate, but in terms of how much and how you get it is really down to what's happening with your MTHFR gene, how much B12 do you have, can you use the methylfolate, is there an environmental block? And this is what's critical. So if any of you have ever had a negative reaction to using methylfolate, then I'm almost 100% sure that you have a problem with the uptake, which means there is a block somewhere. So the answer is not to go and use another form of folate. It's to uncover why the block, because unless you are getting supply of 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate, you're not going to be having what you need for fertility. So this is why it's really important to understand. We all talk about mutations. The correct terminology is polymorphism. And what it essentially means is we have an expected sequence for every gene in the body. Every single gene in the body, there is an expected sequence, thanks to the National Human Genome Research Institute, who sequenced every gene. So for the MTHFR gene, we know the sequence we should be expecting to see. And so what a polymorphism means is you have something that is different to what we expect to see for that particular gene. So whether it's TCN that affects B12, or whether it's MTHFR that affects your folate, it doesn't matter. We can say, yes, you have a difference. It is different from what the norm is. And that can mean a variety of different things. And in some genes, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't actually mean you have a problem. But in the case of MTHFR, it actually does mean that there is a down regulation, really. And so we have to ensure that the DNA that you and your partner are donating for the growth and the development of that child is at the right form and the right dose for your polymorphisms. And her MTHFR was such that she was so much more susceptible to stress. She was so much more susceptible to not coping with everyday things. And as soon as we optimized that and the way she felt, she honestly it was almost like she had a complete personality change, which was lovely to see. So we don't just look at MTHFR, we look at all these genes and we say, okay, is there a potential problem for you, A, to make folate, B, to use it, and C, then to go on and supply SAMe. She's not the only one. You know, there are hundreds of patients like this that actually have nowhere else to turn. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to launch the Fertility Hub, because I think it's really important that we create this environment and this support for, it doesn't matter what stage you're at in your fertility. If you've had no problem, but you just want to be able to understand what you should be taking and when, if you've had multiple miscarriages, or you've failed IVF, or you've been told you've got, you know, unexplained infertility, it actually really doesn't matter. The process is the same. The process of understanding what is right for you and your genetics is what's important. And so the whole objective of the hub is to really give you what you need to make sense of it. And I want to empower you to be able to walk away and go, okay, that's rubbish. I think that's where I need to go. Like I want you to know what is going to work and what isn't. And as I said, you need any help along the way, we are absolutely here for you.